Interesting. Roy is a very popular character amongst everyone today. I think what it is that Roy is fast, and Roy gets amazing conversions off of a lot of hits. And sometimes all you have to do is just deal with the weak hits before you get to the gold.
Absolutely. I was going to say because Roy is pretty straightforward as a character. He's one of those like pick up and play, like, oh, I get it kind of characters, on top of just insane reward, insane speed. He's fun to play, and he's instantly, like, he's just like good at both closing out stocks and snowballing ahead of time. So always kind of fits on a good squad.
Here we go, though. Starting out in losers top 6, we got Quidd and Sonix here. For Sonix, I'm really just going to be watching these other pockets. I think when you only see one character come out from a player, it's really important to look at these because I feel like a lot of the times, especially with Sonix, everybody really kind of just gives him a hard time for playing Sonic. But so far, the Roy is cooking. Can actually get a couple of these combos started in neutral. But here comes Quidd with the Rob here, finds the gyro, can't find the laser though, going a little bit too far, overextending with the forward air, but now we're gonna go back into neutral.
It's crazy how quick sometimes the advantage state gets right by you, right? Like Rob is one of those characters who can take his time in disadvantage and feel good about it. Roy's not necessarily can, but sometimes that can play to your advantage as he zipped right by the ledge and he's zipping right through and in between some of the offense from Quidd, setting up on the ledge yet again, and that quick dash back forward tilt closes out stock 1. Sonix getting ready to snowball here, but that Pac-Man might be able to stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, one thing that Pac-Man does, it's halt momentum. Finds the weak hit of back air, but unfortunately for them, Quidd going to be able to find the bell stun into the forward air. We're going to see the Mario, though, so we have Cape, right? We have a little bit of counterplay, but I'm interested to see how Sonix is going to be able to do here, going for the up B, but it's not going to be punished too heavily, excuse me, never mind. I mean, this gave Quidd essentially the doorway in here, as now Quidd stacking on a ton of damage. The Hydrant is out as well. I felt like the last set that we saw Quidd, and we really didn't get to see much of this Pac-Man, but this is his secondary. He feels very strongly about it.
Yeah, he's been playing this Pac-Man for a hot minute, just as a natural fit with Pokemon Trainer, using that Cape as you were mentioning there, Lyric. But while Cape is good as a counterplay option, it's not going to, we need to see much more of these starters potentially come in, yet it just gets so hard to approach Pac-Man, not only with his walling game, but also the added shield game is so unbelievably strong.
Sonix, though, stuck on the ledge here. Quidd lining up to try and get the Hydrant good and ready to go. Trying to sneak the bell right through, but good on Sonix, going to grab the bell, but that seemed to have given Quidd the A-OK to start getting something cooking here. Still, though, both of these characters have great added shield options. It is going to be Quidd finding the Nair first and going for the smash. It's not going to be enough. Sonix, though, going to be able to get the reversal here. And if you're able to get the Pac-Man out of here as fast as possible so your Sonic has time to stack up damage, this is best case scenario. And honestly, the edge guarding right now from Sonix is very, very good. Trying to read the jumps with the back airs. It's all working out.
Yeah, this back air is making its money's worth. You know, shout outs to Hangman, shout outs to the good old man who has claimed and successfully claimed that Mario back air is a projectile, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, especially with that up smash on deck as well, given the safety of just those two moves as a constant loop. But this is no jump on the part of Quidd. Can you finish the stock? Yes, you can. Whether it would have been with the down tilt or the fact that Sonix had to fast fall in order to get by, it is going to be main against main as we head into the final game of this set.
Yeah.
Of this game. The final stock of this game. Oh my god.
Yes. Regardless, though, here comes Quidd stacking on tons of damage. This is what the Squirtle is known for, but now here comes Sonix. Sonic's one of those players that I feel like sometimes people just kind of forget about. When you think top players, you're thinking Leo, you're thinking Spargo. A lot of people don't realize that Sonix's combos, the way he plays so masterfully as well. Going to fair out of the corner, but that gives Quidd some time to get a little bit of punish. The Squirtle is going to go right into the Pokeball as now Ivysaur's just going to try and find the finisher, but this run off there is so good by Sonic here. And honestly, but what do you do? There's the down air, trying to find the up air, but still not going to be enough. Now damage is stacking on both sides. There's the up air. My goodness, the spring into the Nair. Bro.
No. That is... It feeds into exactly what we're saying. If we can get that stock again, hopefully we get the full... No, we don't get the fair as well. But this is Sonix to a T, right? And one of the best things about him as a player is his ability to extend. And we're gonna zoom it back a little bit because this started. We're going back to the beginning. In fact, fuck this. We see full stage, right? His ability to read this as a position where Ivysaur in midair cannot go very far, very limited range. Use your speed to chase and then to extend and play into Sonic's speed as an offensive measure and use that advantage state at your discretion instead of always as a runaway game. And one of the best things that Sonix has been consistently able to do is make his openings count, so that way when he gets to play the runaway game and play the you can't touch me game, he's non-hittable and doing 60-70% a pop. Like, that's unreal.
Right, seeing a little bit of character swaps going into play here. We're going to see the Mario come out first, and we're going to see Pac-Man come out first, too. I think when it comes to zoners, you have to play into what the character is good at, and that's controlling the tempo, right?
Absolutely.
But honestly, so far the Mario's doing a pretty good job of stacking on, trying to take the trampoline away. It was good. We saw that a little bit earlier, but still, Sonic's now going to get scooped up by the down air. Quidd, though, not going to throw out Hydrant just yet, so this gives Sonix the time to start getting ready to make some damage happen, as we're just seeing a couple of tilts to try and just push Quidd to the side.
You know what I find very funny?
What do you find hilarious?
So Squad Strike, one of the added like wrinkles is the fact that character order can change and you don't have to announce it.
Sure.
Yet somehow, maybe, both Quidd and Sonix were trying to mix up the matchup and somehow ended up playing the same matchup.
Yeah, that's kind of how I view Squad Strike too. It's a little bit of a mental game as well. But here we go, Galaga going to connect, and the forward air, it's not going to be enough, so now Sonix has to fight his way out of the corner. Once again, these back airs from Mario have been fantastic, and also Quidd now starting to get the Hydrant set up too. I feel like Quidd is giving Sonix a little bit of a taste of his own medicine, right? It's like, all right, Pac-Man, I get to control the pace. It's my turn now, as Quidd is going to be able to take the first stop. Yeah,
sometimes many characters have like edge guarding or ledge trapping or corner pressure. Like, that's their win condition. For Pac-Man, it's neutral. And just being able to play, like, I want to play out of shield. I want you to play through Hydrant. I want you to go through my projectiles. And which of the bonus fruit item does he have in pocket? A cross-up dash attack that's extremely safe. Like, all of this feeds into the fact that Pac-Man can control that tempo, as you're mentioning, and play this stray hit game so well. The forward smash is still a little bit too soon, but hey, this Pac-Man is doing everything that it's supposed to and more. I'm
telling you, half the time, players know exactly what to do, but their brain and their hands just don't work together, and you throw out your option a little bit too early. It happens all the time. Still, though, Sonic's going to get a gyro combo of his own started. It's going to be ending in the up B here, but now here comes Quidd. Double fair. Good on Sonix to try and avoid the gyro, but honestly, you're stuck between a gyro and a robot, and that's going to be Quidd taking out the second character and has a nice lead going into the Sonic main.
Yeah, this is where you no longer, potentially on your last stock, have to play the neutral game with Sonic. You can get a lead right now. That's assuming, of course, you can hit Sonic. And hitting Sonic is the problem.
It's a little difficult there.
Yeah. And threatening off stage game, going for the down tilt fair there. Okay. Oh my, I love Sonic sometimes because the threat of that slingshot, of that spring shot into a back air just made Quidd scared enough to burn so many resources initially that all Sonix then had to do was line up a back air. Super good use of some good Sonic tech despite abusing some resources, playing that advantage so well.
I love the way that Sonix plays, where sometimes, yes, he takes a little bit of a second to get himself started, but the way that Sonix kind of freestyles his character, I think that's the appeal, right? A lot of the times where players are just in a rough situation, but now speaking of rough situation, Quidd lining up the first down air, lines up the second, can't get the third though. The air dodge will grab, does not matter, falling back air into the Vine Whip will put Quidd on the board, as honestly, what a comeback from Quidd.
Quidd Ivysaur for a reason, right? Like
yes,
1,
sir.
2, and almost a third, but it's like, okay, sure. If I hit this down air, right? Which just barely, by the way, shout outs to Sonic having a frame 2 air dodge. Just barely are you missing this down air. But when you have a character with good range like Ivysaur, like this is option 1. Option 2 exists over here because you want to cover the ledge trap then and get by immediately. And as we see it, Quidd is prepping for option 2 as Sonic sets up his ledge trap. And it's a good early jump here, but you're already in an advantageous situation where you're playing with up air and back air at 2 different spacings and threatening a in-air Sonic who has to either commit to spin dash or go back to ledge. Super solid stuff for Quinn of playing into his win conditions and understanding like option 1, option 2, what am I covering and where am I going to be and where do I need to be?
That's the telltale sign of a top player. We were talking about this a little bit earlier, right? Freestyling off of the hit, recognizing where your win conditions are. All right, once again, this is now where we're finally seeing Squad Strike kind of take counter picks and order into kind of play here. I feel like a little bit earlier we saw a lot of players just kind of like switch 1 or 2 characters, but now I actually feel like both players are really trying to counterpick each other here. We're going to start off with the Rob and Mario. So far, it's pretty even now. I love the up B out of shield, though, by Sonix. A lot of the time, this Rob pressure, when he can just down tilt on your shield, sometimes it's so hard to get out of there.
Yeah, some characters are blessed with frame 3 out of shield options, though, and Mario's got that, and amazing combo game to go with it. But Rob, I mean, no slouch here. This Quidd Rob has been really impressing me because normally I'm used to seeing the Quidd Steve as his 3rd character, but the Rob has come out, and while Rob is not necessarily the most unpopular character you've got a lot of players to learn from, it seems very, very fluid in how it moves.
Yeah, definitely a very strong character to throw on your Squad Strike team, too, right? Ton of combo potential, and also you live forever too. Yeah. But it's going to be the Mario falling, and here comes Roy. The rotor arms right on the shield, though. All right, jump F smash. It's not going to be enough, but that forward air will definitely get some red sparks going. Quidd, though, just going to be able to make it back to ledge right now. There's the jab. There's the forward air. I was hoping for the back air just to get this stock away, but now here comes Quidd. Unfortunately, going to get thrown off again. How do you make it back? Trying to get the little short hop nair coming back up from ledge. It's not going to be there.
Yeah, he's learning from other New York Robs. He did the dill in order to get back, but unfortunately grabbing ledge and trying to get back without any fuel is going to be Quidd's demise. And now we got Roy Pac-Man here. Honestly, this Roy has been kind of an afterthought when it comes to the trio, and it's been the Sonic and Mario that's been doing a ton of the work. This Roy needs to step up the game against Quidd's de facto secondary if Sonix wants to take control of this game, and Roy can certainly do that with a cannonball spirit.
I was about to say, starting to definitely pick it up as well, finds a lot of the sweet spots that you need. But one of the things about Pac-Man, I always say this, Pac-Man is also a tempo maker. There's zoners and then there's tempo makers that really just say, you know what, all that momentum you have, nah, I'm good right now. The grab misses. Sonix, though, unable to get really, really strong punish here. Triple fair is good, but you want the sweet spot. The side special not going to sweet spot either, going for the neutral B, but still Sonix just trying to get something started here as Quidd is just, you know, dancing around with Pac-Man in the air.
Yeah, just using, I mean, having the ability to throw out 2 aerials in a short hop, that's crazy. And I mean, Pac-Man has just all the tools you need to succeed with so many of this, both coverage and pressure and trapping and all of this in between. He's not a, like, tempo maker is the appropriate label for him because he's a little bit of everything, and all of it's good.
Okay, still lining up here. Both players above 100%. You hate to see it. A little bit of mashing there, if I do say so myself. Regardless, though, I mean, Quidd, not a super big lead right now. Sonix is going to have to play a little bit more aggressive to get something started, but speaking of aggressive, it is going to be Quidd who will get first on that, doing a little bit of damage on the Pac-Man before we have to say goodbye to it. We're back to the mains here in Game 3. This is the swing game. No matter where you are in squads or in singles, this game's pretty important.
And I think this is naturally going to favor Sonix in the long run, right? Because Sonic has exactly what he needs in order to take advantage of what makes PT one of the consistent weaknesses across 3 Pokemon, which is that airspeed. All 3 Pokemon can kind of have mediocre drift, and Sonic, all he has and all he will be is related to that speed. So chasing down Sonic can be sometimes, or all the time, going to be problematic in a matchup like this as the pivot over to Ivysaur comes in and for Quidd, hopefully comes in clutch.
Ooh, okay. I love the way that Sonic threatens that forward air. I love it so much. There's the down tilt forward air. It's not going to be enough, though. Spring won't connect. There's the nair, but once again, this spring has been getting so much mileage for Sonix as well. There's the back air into the Vine Whip. It's not going to be enough. We could have seen kind of memories of game 1 here, but now look at Quidd starting to approach with the Razor Leaf Ooble. It's getting very close.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Quidd, that didn't close out the stock, and now you've got to deal with Sonic on Pokemon Stadium 2. And yeah, I've got a full stage kill confirmed. Yeah.
You just know too, like that is like the Sonix, right?
Yeah.
Just either fall off and like go a little down with the forward air, or just zoom off with Sonic forward air too. I mean, once again, the one thing that I really do love about Sonix's Sonic is the way that he freestyles the edge guard. The Roy, though, definitely not looking too hot right now. I want to see a little bit of a switch, but honestly, it's working out for him right now, so we probably won't see it at all.
Yeah, the Roy is doing like enough, right?
Yeah.
Like just being threatening, being scary, showing off so much of the, as we get to see the spin charge into the fair, showing off like enough threat and doing enough damage to keep around. And not worth trading off, and not worth changing up a good thing. You're up 2 games to 1. Your Sonic has been putting in enough work to get by. It's just a matter of, can you finish the job here? And finishing your food is everything. As yet another change of leads comes out. Quidd starting off with the Pac-Man and looking to feast upon this Roy.
I am loving the stage counter pick too, especially starting out with Pac-Man as well. We are going to Battlefield, we have coverage, we have platforms, but we don't have grabs on the side of Quidd. Instead, Sonix will be starting out with the Roy here, and already getting a lot more sweet spots in games 1, 2, or 3 here. Sonix only needing 1 more to go into loser semis right now, but Quidd going to use this stage to ensure safety. But now, honestly, Ooble, it's getting a little bit weird here happening in center stage. Both of them are getting their hits, but we're not seeing like the complete mileage that each combo can do.
Yeah, it's been a lot of trading, just in terms of like, you get your hit, I get my hit, we go back to neutral, and we have a good time. Like, this is good, fair Smash Brothers. But you're not trying to play good, fair Smash Brothers when these 2 characters are on the screen. You're trying to blow your opponent up, and that is exactly what we're seeing Sonix try to do. Trying to establish a route in this game 3 and force this Rob to try and play catch up using the items as well. Flare Blade, not going to do it quite yet. I like that Quidd didn't go the full way, not risking the 2-frame. Pac-Man has a million recovery options. You just have to be patient.
Ooh, okay, trying to get the sneaky down air in there. Let's see, forward throw is going to be the option coming out from Sonix here. There's the get up attack though by Quidd, trying to alleviate some pressure, but just the landing aerial is going to do the job. We were talking about this a little bit earlier, Ooble. We wanted to see this Roy go a little bit further, and now we're seeing the Roy combos, right? Double nair into double forward air. It's all sweet spot. Passes the DI check on Rob here. The rotor arms will still send Sonix off. Gyro at the ledge. What do you do? Such a crazy obstacle when you really think about it, but still just F-tilt's gonna cover the way you get back onto stage 2. It's so scary. There's the first F-tilt coming out from Sonix, and honestly, Ooble, it's getting so close on both sides.
Yeah, this Roy is really putting in work right now. Like a quick re-grab in order to get by. Like so many of these threatening aerials. Finally, Sonix getting caught with a grab there. Quidd reading the tech option. Oh. You know,
I feel like everybody who's been playing a Fire Emblem character today, whether it be Lucina or Roy, has just been SDing all over the place.
Yeah, but at the very least, that Roy did its job, and now you get to see what the Mario can do in order to finish off a stock like this. Man, like, and Sonix has just been winning at the ledge constantly. Like, even though Quidd's escape options in order to get back on stage and refresh some of its resources have been amazing. Great air talk, by the way. I really like that. Sonix has been even better at threatening at ledge and recovering and reforcing the situation. Again, a great escape option, but how quick will it take I guess not so quick. Quidd finding a lot with these up airs, and with some of these up tilts, the parries on lock as well. But there's the
Dark Wizzy. That's the Dark Wizzy. Like, just the very quick lean with it, rock with it, gets the up smash there. But now here comes Quidd on Squirtle here. We're able to get something going, but it's all about going to be this punish. Just grabbed Sonix out of the air, was like, you're not going anywhere. Yeah. But now here comes the Ivysaur. You need to get tons of damage here. Gets the Razor Leaf follow-up into the Vine Whip. That was insane.
Quidd's back backup plans have been so good. Because normally you see like, a spike on the platform, you want to turn that into a plat drop up air. But Quidd recognized the situation, recognized the time that he had, and turned it into a read in a different straight and still won the interaction. And now we are once again back at PT Sonic, where Sonix is chilling and waiting for his opportunity, waiting for a whiff so he can punish it.
Yeah, this is once again why some people falter versus this playstyle, right? Sonix is now taking the whole momentum and the whole pacing of the game back into his hands and saying, you play when I want you to play. Finds the first forward air, Quidd off stage. The spring is not going to connect, but the nair will. Quidd still going to stick it on Squirtle. Ivysaur nowhere to be found. Quidd still looking for the low percent combos with Squirtle, but honestly, Sonix is not letting any of that happen. Soon we're going to leave Ivysaur percentage, and we might have to start looking at Zard very soon. But here comes Quidd, going to switch to Ivysaur, finds the back air and gets the Vine Whip, going all the way off. I like that, but now you're on the ledge versus Sonix, not exactly where you want to be. Has to jump out, but you panic nair. It's red, and then Sonix will be able to find the F smash. What a great set. Honestly, I really enjoyed that. But you look puzzled, Ubel.
Less puzzled, more pensive, I would say, because a lot of the times I feel like this like it's a sense of deja vu, right? Like Sonix, whenever I feel like I watch him play, like games 1, 2, 3, they can be really close, really like slobber knocker kind of sets, like going back and forth, and like he'll commit to a timeout one game or what have you. But what then trips me up, and I almost am more impressed by this than pensive, is Sonix cashing in all of his reads, all of these ideas, all of these things where he was able to set up in situations and like ideas that he was able to kind of collect by accruing all of this information. He lets it all out at once. Yeah. And that felt very similar in that game number 4, where the Roy was able to go crazy. The Mario wasn't as effective, but the Roy and the Sonic were able to put together and say like, oh, you're willing to play center stage. That's why you're going Battlefield. That's why you're sticking on Squirtle for as long. So I'll find different means in order to turn the corner, and I'll wait for an assured panic option before I blow it up with his first and only forward smash of the entire set with Sonic.
Really good stuff coming out from Sonix. Really good stuff coming out from Quidd. I actually really enjoyed that set. That was like my favorite set, I think, so far that we've had today.